Hi guys, my name is Chelsea and I blog over at Making Manzanita, and I'm so excited to be with you guys today over at Hometalk. We are going to be making some Father's Day gifts. So we're going to jump right into the first one. So the first one is a wall-mounted bottle opener. And what we are using as the wood today is reclaimed fence boards. We put up a fence on our house last fall, and we have a bunch of these laying around that we didn't use, so that's what we're using. You could also use pallet wood. So first step would be to get your wood. So you could either use pallet wood, new wood. These fence boards are great. This has already been weathered because it was outside. So you start by cutting the wood down to size, and I've already done that today just because we would have to go out into the garage and come back in, so it's a little easier because we've already pre-cut everything. So the cut pieces that you would do, let me just get my list here and make sure I'm doing them right. The cut list is the back piece is going to be about 15.5 inches tall. You could go taller if you'd like. Let's see what else here. So the front, so we're going to make a little catcher box on the bottom for the bottle caps. So we're going to build out a little box and attach that today. So the front piece is going to be the same width as however wide your board is. In my case, it's about 5.5 inches, 5.25, I think. You're going to need to cut 2 pieces for the side of the box. So that's going to be coming out here. My pieces are 3 3/4. Both of them are exactly the same. And then you'll need a piece for the bottom of the box to catch it. So it's going to be basically like this with the front piece on it. And your bottom piece, you'll cut it to fit within your wood, because yours may be a little different sizes based on the type of wood you're using. So we're going to get right started here. So after you cut your wood, then you just go ahead and sand it down. You can also sand it before you cut. I didn't sand this very much. I just wanted to get all the splinters off here. I just used a sanding block to do it and get all the edges really nice. So we're going to start here by building our box. So
go ahead and say what you're making again. A lot of people join
sorry,
late.
if you're just joining in, we are making a great Father's Day gift idea, and it's a wall-mounted bottle opener. And I just kind of explained the dimensions of all the cut pieces, which are pre-cut before the video. And we're using reclaimed fence board for this. So that's what we're doing. All right, so we're first going to build the front of the box. So we're going to set this back piece aside for a second. So these are our side pieces, and this is the front of our box. Let me just make sure this is all lined up correctly. Okay, so this is essentially what we're going to be making. I'll do it like this, you can see here. All right, so we're going to use a little bit of wood glue. So this is just Elmer's wood glue. It comes off here, and I'm just going to put a little bit in here, and then I'm going to go straight into, this wasn't untied all the way, sorry guys.
No. Get the bite off. Use your teeth. That's what I have to do. All right.
Sorry guys, there we go. It's up now. All right, so you just want to do a little bead of the wood glue. There we go. On the edges here. We're just going to do one at a time. All right, so we're going to square it up here. Next, I'm going to go right into our nail gun. And I'm going to set this aside real quick. Sorry, a little safety tip. I'm going to put on my glasses, and we're going to, after we finish these first things, I'm going to talk a little bit about using the nail gun here. Okay, so let me just get these in, and then we'll talk for a sec here. All right, so there's our first one in. All right. So I am using a brad nail gun that is attached to an air compressor, and it's hooked up in our garage so you can't see it, just in case it makes some noise. Okay, there we go. And this part's gonna be kind of slow, guys. I am not super comfortable using this on video, so I'm gonna go slow just because safety is always first. So as you can see, I hold it like this, and I want to be able to see this part that I'm nailing into. And then you want to take your time to make sure the nail gun is straight when you're using it, just because you don't want it to be crooked, and then you're gonna have a nail going out the side. So that's why I'm going a little slow. If you're a little more comfortable with this, you're probably gonna be able to move a little faster than me. So we're gonna do the other one here. All right, so safety tip when working with this nail gun, it is a nail gun, so you want to treat it like a gun. You never want to point the gun at anyone. You always want to keep your fingers out of the way, keep your finger off the trigger if you're not ready to use it, and definitely take caution. Like, I am going a little slower than I think my husband would go if he was making this. But that's okay, because safety is first. All right, so you're gonna make sure this is nice and square, push it down. Okay, ready to make our other pieces here. All right, so I line it up, make sure I'm nice and straight with my nail gun, my fingers are out of the way, push it down, you go in. So we only need 2 on each joint. Okay, so simple as that. So we've built our box, and this is going to attach to the back, and then we're going to put in a base for our, and this is to catch the bottles on the bottle opener. So, and then we're going to do a fun design with it too, after we get it all built here. All right, so here we go. We're going to attach it to, see, we're going to attach it to the back here. So, gonna grab our wood glue again, and this is just regular wood glue from Elmer's. Do a thin bead. I'm gonna just use my finger here, move it around. All right, so I got right into it, and I just realized I didn't ask you guys where you were tuning in from. So sorry, I jumped right into our first craft. So while we are working on this, be sure that you are commenting in the comments and letting us know where you're tuning in from. We are in Central Oregon today, and we'd love to know what the weather is like where you are too. Our weather today is a little gloomy. I wish it was more summery, that's for sure. Okay, let's see.
Looks like you got Maine, San Diego, Australia.
Awesome.
Some more California. No, push that forward more. You're hanging off the back.
Okay. Right here?
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So again, it's really straight. Just to take your time, make sure your nail gun is nice and straight. There we go. We've got 2 more. Huh?
Glasses.
Oh, safety first. Glasses. Okay, guys. So everything needs to be lined up here, and we're good to put in these last screws in the back, or these nails in the back.
Looks like you got Oklahoma, Maryland. It's raining in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
So
I am
we're
ready
still
for this
very
summer
much
weather.
in the winter. Hanging on.
All right, guys, so our bottle opener is coming together. So we have the back built and the front box, and now we need to put a bottom in the box, and that'll catch all your bottle caps. So we have cut this. So what we did is we cut this to fit exactly in here. Since yours is going to be probably a little bit different dimensions, you definitely want to get this and then make your measurements so it fits right in there. And I'm hoping this fits perfectly.
Got to jam it in there a little bit.
You want it to be nice and snug.
So guys, I left these fence boards out for 2 years to get it gray like that.
Yeah.
And the reason we cut it afterwards is because they warp pretty bad. So you kind of have to jam it in there.
It's gonna fit.
It's gonna have to fit. You're on a live video.
I know. This is the joys of live videos, guys.
So she got someone from Brazil.
Awesome.
They said it's cold down there though. I guess
Yeah.
it's winter in the southern hemisphere, right?
Alright, guys.
We asked the giveaway question while you're doing this.
Oh yeah, the giveaway question today is, what have you DIY'd recently as a gift? So obviously we're making this for a gift. This is a perfect gift for Father's Day. So this is like so close to going in. I'm sorry guys, we did this last night and it just the angles of the wood, there we go. So if I was not on live video right now, I would either go cut this or sand it down a little bit.
Just work one corner at a time.
I think I'm just gonna use a little hammer to get this.
Hammer time.
All right, guys, there we go. Sorry about the complications. Again, joys of being on live video while you're trying to do some woodworking. All right. Okay, we've got our bottom in. Obviously, it's in there pretty tight, so I didn't use any wood glue. You could if you wanted. I'm gonna do just a few nails around the edge to secure it. Same thing, I'm using a brad nailer. This is a Porter cable, but you could use any brand you'd want. It's hooked up to an air compressor in our garage. Always want to keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to use it. Make sure it's nice and straight.
Flush it with the bottom.
Oh.
There you go.
There we go. All right. As you can see, my husband is the tool guy around here usually, so here we go. There we go. But girls can do this too. All right, so here we go.
Very nice.
All right, just a couple more in here, guys. All right, I think we just need some on the front now. All right, so do we have any questions yet about just how this goes together, what kind of wood we used, any tools that we're using, dimensions? This is the kind of the first step. We're gonna move on here, but before we move on, does anybody have any questions about this process? If we don't answer them right now, I'm gonna go through the questions later, all the comments. So I'll try to see your question if we don't answer it in the live. So don't hesitate to ask questions while we're doing this. But we're gonna move on to the next step of putting this bottle opener together. So what we wanna do is figure out the middle here. So the bottle opener is right here. And I buy these on Amazon. I think they come in a pack of 10 for like 13 bucks or something, 13 or 14 bucks. So they're pretty inexpensive. They're made out of cast iron. And we're going to center it in the middle here. So the middle of my board is...
People want to know what the wood is.
Okay, the wood is... I'm gonna move this
You want me to tell
higher.
you?
Yeah. It is reclaimed cedar fence boards, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
All right, so yeah, we built a fence. These were left over. The reason it's kind of grayed a little bit is because it's been left outside for, I think my husband said 2 years. So it's nice and rustic looking. You could buy new wood if you wanted, but I like the reclaimed look. And we've also built these using pallet wood too, and that works great. All right, so as you can see, I marked where we're gonna put the bottle opener up here. We're gonna hold off on that right now. I'll show you how to put that in a sec. But we are going to paint a fun little design on this. And I chose to paint cheers. You could do anything. There's a number of different things you could do. But I'm gonna show you how we paint this and how I'm gonna make a stencil using my Silhouette Cameo. So the last few videos I've done over on Hometalk, you guys have been really into the Silhouette Cameo. So I wanted to show you this again. I think this audience really loves this machine. And there's also Cricut is another paper cutter that you could use. That's just another brand. So we're gonna cut our stencil out. I already have it designed on my laptop, which is hooked up to my cutter. And it's gonna be about 5.5 inches, 6 inches wide. So I already cut this out to fit. So what I'm putting on here right now is contact paper or adhesive shelf liner, and I buy this at the Dollar Tree. So it's really inexpensive, and it's basically a sticker. It's adhesive paper. And I use this to make my stencils because it's nice and cheap. It's cheaper than the vinyl or any of the stencil, the kind of the brand name stuff that they sell for these machines. So, all right, so this is the Silhouette Cameo. So what you do is you put in your cutting mat, and this is sticky, so my paper is stuck to it. And I'm gonna push load cutting mat, and it loads it in here. And like I said, the design that we're using today is, it says cheers, but again, you could do whatever kind of design you wanted. I'm gonna push start, it's already set up to cut. That's kind of loud, but it'll go really quick here. So again, it says cheers. The font that we're using, just kind of the specs of our stencil we're creating. The font we're using is Playlist Script, and that's a free font you can find on a lot of the font websites. So that should be available if you like this font. I love it. The size of the font is 150. So that's the size, and I just kind of sized it so that it would fit the width of my bottle opener. And then the cut settings that we're using, I just use the cut setting on the Silhouette machine that says vinyl. And it works perfect for this adhesive shelf liner, which is, again, like a great alternative if you're using a Silhouette or Cameo to make stencils for painting signs. Yeah, we can go ahead and close this. It'll be not quite as
They
loud.
saw how it cuts.
Yeah, so that's how this works. I will go through the comments later. People always have questions about where to buy these or what to buy, so I'll try to post a link later on the comments, but there's a starter bundle that gives you basically all the supplies that you would need when you buy the Silhouette, and I think it's $1.99 on Amazon. So that's about the cost of buying this and kind of getting started with this machine. A lot of people have questions if they don't have this machine, how can you make a cool sign or a cool stencil? So there's a number of different ways you could do that. You don't need one of these. It does make your life a lot easier, but I've seen a lot of different ways you could make some sort of imprint on here. Like you could print it out on a computer, put chalk on the back of the piece of paper, and then press down to kind of make your imprint where you would be painting. So that's one alternative. But I love my Silhouette. I use it all the time. So love to know if you guys have a paper cutter and kind of what you love using it for, what kind you have. I love my Silhouette. All right, so this is our thing we cut out here, and we're just going to be using the back parts.
So while you're doing that, it looks like some people are making coffee tables. A lot of people are getting into crochet.
Awesome. Yeah, the giveaway question today is, what have you DIY'd recently as a gift? So maybe you made a Mother's Day gift. Maybe you've already made a Father's Day gift and you're ready to go for next weekend. So what kind of gifts have you been DIYing lately? I love making gifts. They're just so much more fun to give than something that you buy at a store, I think. Okay, so this is our stencil, guys. And I made these marks here so I could tell where my bottle opener was going to be, so I kind of know where to put the stencil. So I'm going to put the stencil, and I kind of like it to go kind of sideways here. Like it right there. Okay, so I'm going to blow your guys' mind right now because I'm going to show you how to do this without having any bleed marks. And
last time, right?
Yeah, so someone on my last video, I made a sign. I don't know if you saw it. It was about 3 weeks ago. I made a sign, and it said, it was out of reclaimed wood, and it said, "Hello, Sunshine," and it was so awesome. But when I was making it, I was kind of describing, like, I always have problems with these bleeding. So someone in the audience actually told me this method of how, and I followed up with her later to confirm that how it works, and I tried it. And it's amazing. There's no bleed marks. So I'm going to share that method with you today. I think her name is Susan. So Susan, if you are watching, I am using your Mod Podge method. So let us know if you're there. I know she's a home talker. She watches these videos. So I'm excited to show you guys how to do it.
Some people made some picnic baskets, or I think I saw mugs in there that they put on there from their kids.
Awesome.
And then another guy had a question. How do you, if you don't have a cutter, how would you do this?
Okay, yeah, I kind of briefly mentioned that. There are a number of different ways you could do this without a cutter. I think the best way is probably to take a piece of chalk, print out your whatever you want to paint on a piece of computer paper. Get a piece of chalk and rub it all over the back of the piece of paper, and then take a pencil or some sort of something to press, and you're just going to kind of trace your design. And when you pull back the piece of paper, the chalk will have imprinted a little design for you to paint in. So that's a good way. I mean, it's not going to be perfect because all your lines, are just going to be painted by hand. So, but that's a way you can do it. So, before we do this, I got to show you this cool method. All right, so we are trying to make this so it will not bleed at all. Here's the cool trick that I learned from, I think it was Susan on Hometalk. So you take Mod Podge, just grab your finger and you just want a little bit. And this would probably work with Elmer's glue as well. You just need something that dries clear. And I'm just gonna rub the Mod Podge over the stencil. And again, this dries clear. It's a glue type sealant. I don't know if you've ever worked with Mod Podge, but right now what it's doing is sealing my stencil to the wood. And especially since when we're working with reclaimed wood, like this, that is an uneven surface, you're gonna have those, you would originally have a ton of bleed marks because the stencil doesn't get into the little pieces, the little bumps and stuff that you're gonna find. So this is just creating a seal where the stencil is. And I'm telling you, it works. I was so surprised. I had never heard of this because I've made a lot of signs. So I would love to know if any of you guys know of this method, because I've never seen it on Pinterest. I've never seen it anywhere. So let me know if maybe I'm the only one in the dark and everybody else does this. But it's pretty awesome. All right, so I've just rubbed, and you just want to rub it really, really light. You don't need a lot. This stuff is pretty powerful. All right, so you're gonna want to wait for that to dry. I put it in very thin. It's gonna dry really quick. While that's drying, I'm going to show you how to put this on here. So we already made our holes. You just want to mark in the middle, and then I put it at the top here. So what we're going to do, this is a wall-mounted bottle opener. So you would put this directly on the wall when you're using it. So the screws that you would need to be like somewhere in the range of like 1 5/8 to 2 inches. Depending on the wall you're putting it in, and you would go and find the stud in your wall and drill it directly into that using these. But I don't really love using the drill, so if I'm doing this project by myself, my husband just showed me this super cool thing. What is it called? It's called a punch, right?
Yeah, it's mostly for hitting nails in that stick up, but it works for this too.
So it works for this. So I lined up my bottle opener to where the holes are, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this punch in here, and then you just hit it with a hammer, and it's going to make a little hole. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. And this would be like if you were to drill a hole, it's so that when you do drill your nail in, you have a starter hole. It's going to go in straight, and you're not going to split the wood. If you don't have a pre-drilled hole, you risk splitting the wood, especially on this old reclaimed stuff. So this is a great alternative to pre-drilling holes, especially if you don't like working with a drill very much.
Or if you don't have one.
Or yeah, if you don't have a drill. So, and this is what, probably a few bucks at the store.
Yeah, $4.
Not a very big investment, and everybody's got a hammer laying around. So then you would take this, and you would take your screws that are going to go into the wall, you would go to the stud, and then you would secure it that way. So. All right, guys, so we are going to paint this. This Mod Podge is nice and dry. So I'm just going to paint it on the back of this. All right, we are using acrylic craft paint. I'm going to use white. I really like the way the white looks on the reclaimed wood. So I'm using a foam brush. This craft paint, you can buy it. This brand, you probably need to pay about $1.50, $2. But there's cheaper brands too that you can get for as little as like 50 cents at Walmart. And they're all kind of the same. I don't have much brand loyalty when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'll buy whatever. But this is just a folk art craft kind of, this is titanium white, so it's just their white color. Nice bright white. So you need to be careful on the edges here. Just make sure that you're keeping the paint where I don't have much of a room for, I probably should have made the stencil a little bigger, so I don't need to be quite as careful, but there we go. All right, and since we sealed this stencil in, you don't need to be that careful about the bleeding. If before, when I didn't know the method of this Mod Podge sealing, I would always be, one way to prevent the bleeding is to do like short, light coats of your paint. Always paint away from the pieces. Okay.
People who are joining late want to know how you made the stencil.
Yeah, definitely. So if you're joining us late, we have put together this reclaimed wood bottle opener. It's a great Father's Day gift. That's why we're doing it right now. Father's Day gift. Father's Day is next weekend, so you have plenty of time to make this for Dad. So we put the thing together using reclaimed fence board, and then I cut the stencil out using my Silhouette Cameo. So you can kind of see how that's done. Typically, I'd probably wait for this to dry, but since we're on the video, there's no harm in taking it out right now.
That you know of.
Oh, that I know of. Yeah, just pull it straight.
Yeah.
There we go. And as you can see, there's like one little spot of bleeding here where I probably didn't get the Mod Podge in, but so much better than all my other methods of making signs with these stencils. So, and then of course you would pull out these little pieces once it dry. I'm not going to touch it right now, but once it's dry, you would pull out those additional pieces for like the middle of the E and the S right there. Perfect. So, last step, obviously you take your bottle opener, you'd mount it to the wall using a stud. But one last step, after it was all nice and dry, you want to take it outside and you want to seal it. I use this UV resistant clear acrylic coating to do all my sealing. It's just a spray on. This is a matte. It works great. They have a non-UV resistant one too. That's a little cheaper, but this is great.
What does matte mean?
Matte is just matte versus glossy. So glossy would be, you know,
not shiny.
Yeah, not shiny. So that's what the matte means. So you can't really tell that it's been sealed, but it's sealed and protected. It should probably not be like out in the rain or something. But it's great in like a man cave or garage. So that is our first gift for Father's Day. So we're all done with that, and we're going to jump in and show you one more alternative. So this is great gift for Dad that we're getting into here, and this is a great one for any dad that likes to grill or cook meat or eat meat for that.
So we're not going to open a bottle on this video? Can you just, I put a Coke in the freezer. You're going to have to take it out real quick. Go. Go take this freezer. Run.
Okay, let's open it real quick.
That's fine. I just take it out and come back. I don't want to blow it up.
There we go. All right. Well, the bottle, it's
yeah,
not
you can't
attached.
Open it. I just didn't want it to blow up in our freezer, so
go
with your craft.
Sorry, guys. Well, it's not attached, so.
Question for you. Where did you buy that bottle opener and then move on?
This bottle opener, I bought there in a pack of 10, I think, on Amazon. So you can buy them single, but I've made a few of these, so I bought a pack of 10. Really cheap. Alright, so we are going to get into this, and what we're going to be doing is making some really fun spice rubs. And I have, on my blog post, I have 4 different recipes for different spice rubs. The recipes are spicy chicken, blackening seasoning, and dry herb seasoning, and a steak seasoning. So there's 4 different recipes there. We're not going to make them all because the process is exactly the same thing. We're just going to make one, and I'm going to show you how I did it, and then you can hop over to the blog post and see the other recipes. So the one that we're going to be making is a dry herb recipe, and it calls for parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme, which is the Simon Garfunkel spread. I don't know if you've ever used that or heard the song. It'll get stuck in your head if you know it. But I have done a little twist on this, and I've added cumin and coriander. And it's equal parts of all of these. We're going to do 1 teaspoon because I'm putting it into one of these little glass jars. So I've got my teaspoon, so we're going to do equal parts of all of these. So first is parsley, and you're just going to put this all in one bowl to mix it. And if you were making a lot of these as a gift, you could just increase the recipe and make a big batch of these and just put them in small containers as gift. Okay, so there's our sage. And this is a really fun gift for kiddos to make because it's really easy. You can teach them about measuring and teach them about spices and stuff, and they can put it all together, decorate the little jars, and give it to Dad and say that they made the gift. So that's a really fun idea if you're looking for a way to incorporate kids to make your Father's Day gifts. And this is a really easy one here. And you'll actually get some great use out of these. A lot of gifts that the kiddos make sometimes don't get used. So you'll actually get use out of this. I know since we've made ours a few weeks ago, we've used them in there. They're really fun. I can put that back on.
Are you going to tell people where to find the recipes after we're done?
Yes. So hopefully the person that's helping us today from Hometalk can post the link right now to the blog post for this. But there are 4 recipes for all of these. And I can quickly run through them. It's going to be a lot of me reading off this. I think it'd probably be easier for you guys to just hop on over to the blog post and see all the recipes there. So yeah, there I have 4 different ones. And again, most of it, I think I bought maybe 1 or 2 of these spices that we're using for all 4 of the recipes. All the rest I had in my kitchen already. So really easy craft, just kind of using what you probably already have. And it's a really fun idea for Father's Day. So all I do, it smells really good, by the way. So all I do is just kind of shake it in this bowl here, my mixing bowl. And then these are the jars that we're using. I think these are 1.5 ounce jars, so they're pretty tiny, but they're great little gifts. You could buy bigger jars. The most important thing is that your jar is airtight. So you definitely want to be able to make it airtight. The way I am doing this today, I don't have a funnel or anything, and I don't want to spill all this all over the table while I'm on the live video. So I just got a piece of scrap paper and I just made my own little funnel here. And we're just gonna pour this in.
Uh-oh.
I lost a little bit. All right. There we go.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so this is, like I said, it's a little twist on the Simon Garfunkel rub. Here we go. And it's a little bit of a citrusy twist with the additions that we had there. It's great on turkey, chicken, pork. It's even great on like veggies, and put it on your eggs. So I probably would fill this up a little more, but you don't need to see me do that. So we could fill it up a little more if we wanted. The jar lids, what we did here is these were originally like a gold color. That's how they came. We went outside and just spray painted these with chalkboard paint. So that was super easy. We already had this in our garage. And that's going to be our top here. And I'm going to show you how to decorate these. Super cute. And again, the kids can do this. They'll have fun decorating these, and they can contribute to the gift for Dad. So since this is our herb one, I'm going to do like a little mini wreath here with some. So this, what I'm using is a chalk marker. And it makes your chalk writing really easy. You can make it look really pretty. I am horrible. I don't know how those people that do the chalkboards make it look really good with just the chalk. But I gotta use this chalk pen. So I'm just gonna do a cute little design here.
You're gonna do a cute design for a Father's Day gift?
Well, yeah, you gotta make, I don't give anything as a gift unless it's cute. Okay. So there's our design, and then I'm gonna write here in the middle what type of seasoning this is, or rub. And again, I made the herb. So there's our topper. And then I'm just gonna show you a few different ideas, okay, for the how to decorate them. So what I use to kind of decorate the glass is just washi tape. And I went through my washi tape and just picked out kind of the more manly colored ones. The other ones were like pink with polka dots. So I picked out ones that I think Dad wouldn't mind having on his dry rubs. So there's a few different ways you could do this, but we'll just decorate this one up real quick. I love washi tape. I'd love to know if you guys kind of what you've used washi tape for. Have you done any fun crafts? So yeah, let me know. I've got a ton of washi tape. I don't use it as much, so I'd love some ideas on ways to use this.
You smudged your design.
Oh no!
It's fine.
Well,
you have to show them the one that's not smudged
yeah, I'll
later.
show you guys the one. So the great part about this is that it is a chalk pen. Once it does dry, I'll go through. I'm gonna wipe it off with a paper towel, and it'll be good as new as I can redo it later. So it comes off. It is removable. All right. So, are you guys answering the giveaway question? Our giveaway question today is, what have you DIY'd recently for a gift?
Someone else asked, and I have the question. What is washi tape?
Okay, so this is decorative tape. It's used a lot in like scrapbooking, but a lot of the main brands, like this one right here, is made by Scotch. And it's just decorative. It's like a thin, almost like translucent tape that has fun designs on it. You can use it for crafts and scrapbooking and all sorts of things. So that's what it is. All right, so then you could take baker's twine and kind of tie around here, make a little bow, tie a tag on there for Dad, and there you go. Cute little gift for Dad. Kids can make this. You probably have a lot of these supplies already. I'm going to kind of show you the different designs that. So this is our blackening seasoning. Here's this. And here's a fun little tip too. If you're making a lot of these at the same time, write on the bottom with a Sharpie which is which, just in case your lids get misplaced or you have multiple open at one time so you don't get confused. I did a few different designs of the washi tape. So that's our blackening, dry rub, or dry herb, steak seasoning, and then spicy chicken. And this is the one that I put a little tag on. I just cut out a tag with tape and tied it on and wrote, "To Dad, love you, happy Father's Day." So you don't even need to wrap this gift for Dad. It's already super cute. So again, these other recipes for the other rubs are over on my blog post, which hopefully Hometalk put a link to, so you can find that. All the recipes are there so you can see how they're made, but the process is the same. You just kind of mix it up and put it in your airtight container. Something to keep in mind, you want to keep these dry rubs stored, of course, like I said, in airtight containers, and you want to keep them in like a cool, dry place, and they're probably good for about three months or so, maybe even longer. But yeah, so I had a lot of fun with you guys today. You have just a couple more minutes to answer the giveaway question, so be sure to get your answers in there. The question was, what have you DIY'd recently for a gift? So I hope you guys got inspired today for Father's Day, which is next weekend. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Make a gift for Dad sometime this week. Again, I'm just going to show you in case you joined late. This was our bottle opener that we made from cedar fence boards that were reclaimed. We put the box together, we cut all the pieces out, made this cool stencil using my Silhouette Cameo, painted that on, and then of course you would wall mount this up on the wall in the man cave, and it would be ready there. And then you seal it when you're done. So if you missed this part of the video, you can go back and watch once we're done. At the end of today, there's going to be a button that allows you to subscribe to Hometalk going forward. So when we're done, push subscribe. You'll get notified every time that Hometalk goes live. And they will be back tomorrow, I believe at 1 p.m. Eastern with their next live. So definitely tune in for that. And before we sign off, do we have a giveaway winner yet?
Yeah, the giveaway winner was Rebecca. So
Rebecca, congratulations. So Hometalk is going to reach out to you directly via Facebook message. So keep an eye on your messages on Facebook, and they will reach out to you to get your giveaway prize, which is a Hometalk tote bag. So congratulations, Rebecca. I had so much fun with you guys today. Once again, my name is Chelsea. I blog at Making Manzanita. A lot of people had a really hard time hearing me last time, so that's Manzanita, like the bush, Manzanita, makingmanzanita.com. I'd love to connect with you there, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.